start developing that friendship. You see yourself, you see your ugly face, you see so many things which you are trying to hide, trying to improve, trying to change. Just look there and say, yes, beautiful, this is my nature, this is my face. And then say yes to that face. And then once you start falling in love with yourself, nobody can stop you to fall in love with everything, all expressions of life. Because you start seeing the same beauty which you see in yourself. In every person you see the same beauty. So I am just asking you to sit with yourself, be friendly with yourself. Don't sit with an idea that I want to change, I want to improve, or I want to achieve something, become something. Just relax and sit with yourself in the nature, absolutely away from your friends. Otherwise you take a friend and you talk something nonsense. Normally, even if we go to the garden, we take some friends together. Find out at least some corner where you can just relax for half an hour, whatever time you have, and just sit there. It's not necessary that you should find a garden. Even in your room, in your house, just have some time for yourself. But when we are alone, we switch on the tape recorder, listen to Osho, or listen to some music, or switch on the TV, watch some program. You are never with yourself. Just nothing, no reading. I used to spend once in a week, all Thursdays, just with myself. No eating, that day fasting, total fasting. Closing my room, no receiving of telephones, no reading books, no listening music, but to be with myself. Silence. Not to talk to someone, not to come out of the room, just close yourself and be with yourself. In the beginning, very frightening. Very frightening. After 1 hour, you start frustrating from inside that, let me go out now, enough. But then, once you start friendship, then if you feel sleepy, you sleep, whatever you feel like, just relax as if you are the only person into this world, nobody else. I used to do so many years I did it. In that business, nothing, no business, no communication, nothing. And then the people started understanding that Thursday, Kiran is not available. Disappear. This helps a lot. That helps a lot. Because there are a lot of things which wants to come out, which wants to bubble up, because we have suppressed so many things inside. Let it come out. If you feel like crying, cry. Whatever reactions comes, just as if there is nobody there. You are alone. That's all. That's so beautiful. Then slowly, you really start enjoying it. Then once you understand, once you find that space inside, even with the crowd, you know when to go inside and relax. People just take mala and chant mantras, when they sit alone. I said, what are you doing? Same mind. Nothing. Don't give anything to the mind to hold.
Then you create a situation in your life. If you decide.
That was an impulse. That was an impulse from inside to go in this way. But when I am talking to you, it may be like you first begin with that whole knowledge, but then slowly it will become something like you really enjoy, because inside there is a longing to be alone, to be with oneself, if you really understand. The more you are into the state of acceptance, this inner field starts coming up, you see. But the mind misunderstands that if I cut off the relations with everyone, then I will be alone. Then that is a loneliness. But somewhere you have to begin, you know. That is the way. Somewhere you have to begin.
Because you suggest to take half an hour a day.
Hmm.
And then I think if I do it, it will be like I'm doing it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because you cannot avoid in the beginning to start something with a knowledge. You cannot avoid it. Till you reach to that point where you start getting the clarity of your impulses. See. But the direction is going to that point where you are helping to get the clarity of the impulses. So that doing, that is why I am saying that if you are practicing acceptance also, as a doing, doesn't matter, but it leads you to the right direction. It leads you to the right, but you should have the proper instructions of the path, of the way that you are going, then it takes you to the right direction, you see. No harm in going through the maps when you take a journey. You see, you need a map. Then once you start taking a journey, then your own knowing, your own understanding will start helping you. Whose phone is that?
You did not sit with closed eyes, not necessarily.
If there is somewhere the feel that I should lie down and close the eyes, I lie down and close the eyes. You go just the way there is a force, there is an impulse. To sit, you sit. To lie down, or to walk in the room, you can walk in the room. Anything that just tells you.
Except reading, listening, music.
These are the things which might push the mind into some kind of suppression or forgetfulness. You see, here you are making yourself available to the. That's something which wants to come out. When you suppress or forget, it just goes down. It just comes out. Maybe you go in thinking of some events that is happening in the past. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Whatever happens to the mind, whatever thoughts comes to the mind, doesn't matter. It is not particularly that you should be all the time bring the mind back and concentrate on. No meditation, nothing. It's just to be there, that's all. In whatever situations, the life goes on changing, the inner being goes on changing, inner mind goes on changing, everything goes on changing. And suddenly you will start feeling that you are just looking at it. It's just happening. You see, you are aware that it is happening, that's all.